So this part of the video is called How the West Was Lost, meaning Westmoreland, meaning those adjoining areas, meaning Montego Bay, Hanover, Westmoreland. We see that these places have become nothing less than a war zone. I am speaking about an incident that occurred maybe about 5:30 in the morning on Tuesday in a place called Content District, Westmoreland, like I said before, in which two persons lost their life. One of the persons that lost his life, Kirk Hall, is common law wife, Marlene Daly, 56-year-old. She is a vendor. Based on the news report, it is also said that an 8-year-old was there, but he was not hurt. Now, people, based on what we've seen in the past couple of months, years or so, when these people go for people, it is a total wipeout. So I said to myself, well, at least, not to say that it is justified, at least they did not take away that 8-year-old. I am going to get to that further on in the news. Based on the information, it is said that the residents heard all sorts of pie sound. However, people, 5:30 in the morning in a volatile communities, people are not going to go out, so them call the po-po, maybe the po-po here. Based on the reports, it is said that when the po-po fire brigade came on the scene, they found the house pretty much burned down, ashes. After some sorts of cooling down operation, they found the two bodies, that of Mr. Kirk and that of Miss Marlene. Pretty much it was charred, pretty much burned down. I am not going to say it to nothing, but it was pretty bad. Whatever the case is, they would have been DEAD. No sorts of coming back from that. Upon closely examining those bodies, they realized that those bodies were riddled with all sorts of corn. As a matter of fact, they found X amount of spent shell at the back of the house. So they are surmising that these persons were probably caught slipping, caught and ambushed outside of the back of the house. As to what happened to this youth, like I said, he was alive. I don't know if he ran to the neighbor's house after all the ordeal and then told them exactly what transpired. The Popo are saying, listen, they did not spare this youth. When this youth saw these people roll up on the family granny and our boyfriend, common law husband, then blaze up X amount of corn after him, and he had the sense of mind to drop and act as if he was DEAD. Don't know how much later or sooner that he realized that his life was in danger and him take bush, run away, take away himself. That is the only reason why he was spared. So people, again, like me tell you, normal protocol, whenever these people go for people, them not care if a dog, if a post, if a picnic, if a granny, if a pregnant woman, everybody a go DEADING. So just imagine this youth had the wherewithal, had the sense of mind instinctively to act as if he was DEAD. Just imagine the conversations that he has heard. Just imagine the drills that he probably have gone through in his head based on conversation and based on what he is seeing on the news. This youth was only or is only 8-year-old because he is still alive. But just imagine the trauma that he is going to go through for the rest of his natural life. Seeing his grandmother, hearing, witnessing all of this brutal ATTACK. People, just imagine you, normal civilian, living a decent, uppity neighborhood, or even worse or better, living overseas. Just imagine if this happened to your family, and I am not wishing any sorts of bad deed to anybody's family, but me just as say, how would your children react, 8-year-old, to something like that? They would probably start screaming. They would probably start PISSING up themselves. They would not know what to do. So I'm telling you, this is the difference in these children that are living in volatile communities. They are learning about the wrong thing way, way too fast. And this is yet an perfect example. People, this is why whenever we see the po-po go for these characters, meaning these criminal elements, there should be no sorts of sympathy party, just like how them deal with everybody, mother, father, granny, little picnic dog and puss. That is the way they should also DIE like a DAWG in the streets, point blank and period. So the picture that you see on the screen or the pictures is of what we call Jamaican rum fruit cake, black cake, mostly used in a Christmas. However, this cake can be eaten at any time for any sorts of occasion, including wedding, including birthday, you name it. You see the picture on the screen? This is the amount of fruits. So therefore, there is no sorts of cheap setting in the type of cake or the type of fruits that is put in this cake. The lady that is offering this cake, it is called Aunt Glenna's Premium Rum and Fruit Cake, black cake them call it. The prices that it's available for the £2, and all of these are US dollars. It is $60 for the £2, $75 for the £3, $90 for the £4, and $100 for the £5. The phone number that can be used to contact her is 1-876-456-0773. Repeat phone number again, 1-876-456-0773. Only serious inquiries. This number can be used on WhatsApp. Sometimes you don't have any sorts of service. However, you can call her straight. So this part of the video is called Swallowfield is going to be the battlefield. Now people, if you know anything about Swallowfield, those adjoining area, Nannyville, Backbush, Mountain View, there's always been all sorts of strife going on between those sets of people, gangsters actually. I am going to tell you when the latest flare up, the volcano turned from dormant to active once again. There was a top shotter living in a Swallowfield. His name is Fabian. Fabian was a hitman for hire. Fabian was said to be going to all of these adjoining areas whenever them have any sorts of eruption, and he would take out the top people in the area. Fabian had a driver. That driver's name is Andrew. Andrew used to take him on all these hits. Andrew used to lay in at the cut. Fabian would do what he had to do and then take for himself, and Andrew would drive him away. The people get wind that Andrew is a driver for the top hitters in a Swallowfield. So they planned and they executed the MURDER off Andrew. Took him away easy like 1, 2, 3. The next part of this video, usually people say, well, in these gang wars, it has nothing to do with politics. However, the truth and the facts, like there are shotters like Fabian, there are also all sorts of political mix-up that comes into play or was in play in the latest episodes. There's a political affiliate. She was with the PNP. Her name is Carrie Douglas. Carrie Douglas is one of those persons that seems as if she was power hungry. In order to get that power, she would also sleep with the people in which she was supposed to be monitoring the area. As a matter of fact, it is said that she was dating one of the most notorious persons in the area in a Swallowfield. That is, his name is Oogie or Hoogie. Oogie, I think his name is. Don't quote me on the name. Oogie, I think. Anyways, she and Oogie kind of have some sorts of falling out. And then she and the PNP had some sorts of falling out. She then switched to the JLP. And when she switched to the JLP, she was still trying to get those votes from Swallowfield. So because she switched from PNP to JLP, there was a youth in the era that she thought she knew him from before she switched. His name is Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando, she thought, was some sort of top man of the era. So she tried to use Marlon Brando to get back the votes in that Swallowfield era. Because, you know, say, vote is power. Vote is winning. Winning is power. Power is money. Power translates to the ultimate ulterior motive, which is money. So Brando told her that, yeah man, no worry yourself man, even though you switch, me I go still make sure say guarantee you the votes. So therefore whenever any sorts of election come, you are still going to be the winner, whichever party you choose to be on. She thought that Brando had some sorts of power, but the truth and the fact is that Brando was some sorts of hustler. Brando was no sorts of Don. Brando had no sorts of clout. Brando had no sorts of power. Brando could not influence anybody, including himself. When she realized that she paid Marlon Brando, that is X amount of money for services to be rendered, she realized that service was not going to be rendered. She realized it was a scam. So people, like I said, she had already did some sorts of switcheroo. It is said that when she did that switcheroo, the people in a Swallowfield kind of hated her. So therefore she was banned from coming back over there. As a matter of fact, it is said that if she ever showed up, more than likely people are going to take her out. That is how much the switch caused a whole lot of hate and contention. When she left Swallowfield and left the PNP for the JLP, she knew without a shadow of a doubt that a bounty was on her head. Remember, she was with the Don Oggy from Swallowfield. When she went to Backbush, she was with the Don that is from Backbush. It is said that she was probably dating the guy Dangles YG along with the next Don from there. Don't remember the name at the time because she wanted to make sure that her security was up there. It is said that some sorts of conversation was held with those people from Backbush, and that is when they went to Swallowfield and they took out Marlon Brando for scamming, shamming, bamboozling Carrie Douglas. So based on word on the street in Swallowfield, it is said that the people in a Backbush had everything to do with Marlon losing his life. And even though Marlon was not any sorts of top shotter, even though Marlon was just a bum, a crafties, full of sykes, they decide, say, listen, we do not care if this man is a top man, those are our enemies. So therefore, if them violate the leases amongst us, them violate us. So it is said that more than likely the takeaway of Dangles was in reprisal for that. But people, it did not stop there. The same day or on or about within 24 hours after Dangles lost his life, it is said that some GUNMEN went to the depot and tried to call up somebody. It is said that the gun stick. They also went to some sorts of restaurant in a Swallowfield and tried to take with somebody. And again, the GUN stick. Don't know if this is two separate set of people or one person going on two mission. The details were not there. So people, the moral of the story is this. Yes, gang war is all over Jamaica, and yes, the times have changed significantly where it is at least political affiliation that lead to these gang wars. But in this case, directly or indirectly, political links, political strife have a lot to do with everything. And this lady, Carrie Douglas, is as guilty as SIN. Allegedly, based on what the street is saying and the street talks. When the street talks, it is not always 100% proof. However, there's always something into something. Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. And there's a whole bunch of smoke and even more fire between Swallowfield, Nannyville, Backbush, Mountain View, Point Blank, and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called Do Not Seek Love, and worse, don't seek help in all the wrong places, specifically on social media. Chances are you are going to get scammed, you are going to get shammed, you are going to get bamboozled, you are going to get robbed. This lady did not follow the protocol, and such is the case. So pretty much this lady, she then has some sort of volatile community. She kick off with the people and them tell her say she have to leave ASAP. Her life is dependent on it. Because of her desperation, she knew somebody that she met on TikTok or one of those social media platforms. She told that person, a lady, that she needs help to move if the lady know any sorts of trucker. The lady recommended somebody. However, when she recommended that person, This lady paid that person some money for gas to get the truck to help her move from Kingston to Ocho Rios. However, that help was not forthcoming. I am going to let this lady explain everything to you in intricate details, who she gave the money, who she sent through Western Union, and how it ended up, and then I am going to give my piece.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anaka Morrison. I am living in Kingston, going through a situation where I pack my stuff to leave and go home. I meet this young man on TikTok by the name of Bad Bush. I was seeking some help to get a truck to move back to St. Ann. He tell me that he knows somebody with a truck where they can move me back to St. Ann. He tell me that the driver needs $17,000 with some gas to remove me from Galloway Road to St. Ann. He coming from all the way in Hanover. I calling him, no answer. He called me one time and said to me, I must go to road. He met me go to road 2 times. No truck, no one. Alright, I went back home and I am here still waiting to see if he would send me back my money. But he did not send me back my money until now. I checked another truck driver. He charged me $40,000 to move back to St. Ann. I am going through a rough situation here, guys, where, catch a yard, done. And so, I am just here, and he been Sunday, I'm going to church, and he called me and said to me, say, oh, I'm going to get the money. And I said to him, say, send it back to Western Union, and I collect it. Until now, guys, that money don't return back to me. So, guys, I am asking you out there, if you could assist me to go back to St. Ann, please and thank you. Also, my contact number is going to be there. Is 461-5212. Thank you.
Now, people, like I said, this part of the video is called Looking for Love, and even worse, looking for help in all the wrong places. First thing, the young lady that recommended this person, Bad Bush, is somebody that she just met again on social media. So you're getting a recommendation from somebody that is a stranger to use an ex-stranger. Remember, when you was young, your mother or father, parents always told you, don't talk to stranger. It is not because they never have nothing else to say. It is because they were learning you, teaching you a very important message or lesson in life, in which you should bring with you, especially when you are older. Now, if you listen to the name of this person, Bad Bush, bad bargain, bad deal, this man is a piece of ish. This man take the lady money, know that the lady was in a desperate situation, dire straits, and even left this lady in a more dire strait where she could actually DIE because she was given some sorts of ultimatum by the Don to leave or else. It is not going to be pretty. So he sent this lady on a wild ghost chase, tell the lady come out of the front of the yard and wait for the truck. The truck was never coming. People, I am going to give you a story about my dad. He left and he said he was going to the store to buy milk. It has been a couple of decades now and he did not return. It is a joke, but you get the points. There's also a saying that goes something like this. If it sounds too good to be true, then more than likely it is not true. It is a scam. It is a sham. You will be bamboozled. Don't be fooled. Don't be penny wise and pound foolish. So I say this to say that this lady got a code from her next trucker. This trucker told her 40G from Kingston to Orcharias. This man told her 17. Now, people, I have 10 subjects and one of them is maths, but I would not consider myself a maths genius. However, 17 from 40 equal 23. That is more than half of what that other person was charging. So therefore, you tell me, do the common sense test. Does that sound right, or it sounds like some sorts of craft? Town craft, that is, for Kingston. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.